Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Briana Calhoun. I'm a Nashville recording artist from Farmerville, Louisiana, the big city, and this is for Authority Magazine. It is 5 things you need to know before coming to Nashville as a new musician, songwriter, even possibly producer. Nashville is a very interesting and unique place, and these are things that I wish I would have known, and it would have made my world a lot easier. So I hope maybe somebody can get something out of this. If you're thinking about moving to Nashville, going to Nashville to work, becoming a songwriter, it is not an easy road to toe, but just off the top of my head, if someone would have told me these 5 things, I would have been like, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. Here we go. Number 1, Nashville is very humbling. You can be the best singer, songwriter, bassist, guitarist, whatever, from your hometown. And then when you get to Nashville, you realize really quickly that everyone that comes is the best singer, songwriter, bassist, guitarist, oboe player, whatever, from their hometown. It's a very competitive place, and it can really make or break you. So you can do one or 2 things with all of this newfound pressure and humility. Is you let that pressure to perform better and be better drive you to success or drive you to failure. Both happen every single day, guys, but just know, like, yeah, there's a lot, like the best of the best musicians in the world go to Nashville, and country music dominates now more than ever. So, all right, that's the first one. Be ready to be humbled. Number 2, don't expect to get paid. When you first move to Nashville, or even are going to Nashville on a regular basis, like I still live in Louisiana, but I travel up there for work. If you don't have notoriety, don't expect that any bar is going to pay you at all. Like, what you normally are going to be doing is writers' rounds, where you are sharing the stage with multiple other songwriters and artists, and nobody's getting paid for it. When you grow up in a small town, you might get paid a few $100s at your local bar if you're lucky, or like a few $100s at a festival or whatever. But that's not what happens in Nashville. And again, it's because there's so many awesome musicians. Like, if you say, okay, well, I want to come do a set, I want to come do a solo set, and mention getting paid when you're just starting out, the person's going to be like, no, because there's literally 10 other people on the next corner that are just as good as you and are willing to do it for free, just for the exposure. And that's just the truth. And when you start to get a little notoriety, you start to make a little money, but it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still working my way up. All right, so that's number 2. Don't expect to get paid. Number 3, people in the music industry are flaky. Now listen, I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but we all know it. Musicians are the flakiest people in the world. You cannot rely on them to show up on time. They don't follow through. They cancel plans. It's really hard to pin people down in the music industry, especially if you don't know anybody, because everybody's like looking at everybody else, kind of sizing you up to see, if you will further their career or they're wasting time. And it's just sort of a dog-eat-dog type of world. And you mix that with people who just in general are artistic, creative type of people and don't have a lot of organization going on. It can be very frustrating, okay? But what you need to do is just hang in there long enough and you'll find the real pros. And anyone who is a real pro is a very reliable person. The people who have been doing it, for 2, 3, 4 decades. Like, I'm very blessed because I have plenty of friends now that are true professionals, and you can always count on them. So keep your head down and stick it out. Try to just swim through all the cornflakes. Okay, number 4. So number 3 was people can be flaky. Get ready for that. Number 4, the cream of the crop rises to the top. Now, this is something one of the hottest producers in town told me, and it's just so true that the best musicians and industry people end up kind of finding each other. Like, there's a lot of people who are talented, but like we talked about before, like, are just kind of flaky and can't get it together. But if you keep showing up, you keep staying dependable, you prove yourself trustworthy, you'll eventually get a reputation, and the good folks will find you. The people we're spending time with will find you. So don't forget about that. Let me mute my computer. Somebody's trying to text me. Okay, number 5, CoWriting. Now, a lot of people don't even know what CoWriting is. And when you first moved to Nashville, you may have never even heard about CoWriting before. So let me tell you, Co-writing is a huge part of any songwriter or artist repertoire, and it's how you really get ingrained into the community and connect with people, okay? Like, do you want to write sometime is probably the most popular line used in Nashville. And a lot of people just write on their own. They've written their own songs, and they think, oh, well, I'll just go to Nashville and write on my own. It's super hard to break through the music business, but if you think you're going to do it on your own, like, even more rare, like literally 1%ers. A song right now is on the charts, and it's the first song that's charted with a single writer in years and years and years. It just rarely happens. So co-writing is something you need to be open to, you need to be used to, and you really need to get involved as much as you can. Now, that being said, there's a way to do it. There's a way to balance. So don't try to force co-writes with other songwriters. If you get a pub deal, you're there a few years and you get a pub deal and your publisher sets you up with another writer, that's cool. Like, it is going to feel kind of forced sometimes, but it's your job. But when you first get to Nashville, don't try to force it. Don't think that you need to ask everyone to write a song with you just because you meet them. And don't get your feelings hurt if they don't want to write a song with you. Or if they say, hey, you want to write sometime, and don't end up wanting to write with you. It's just part of it. Again, it could be because they're flaky. It could be because they changed their mind. It could be because they forgot. It could be because they are at a show in Wisconsin. There's all kinds of reasons. Have thick skin. Don't get your feelings hurt. Because here's the deal with songwriting, what I've learned. Just like friendships, the best co-writes happen naturally over time when there is trust, camaraderie, and admiration already established. So yeah, those are my top 5 things to know if you are planning on going to Nashville to make your way as a musician. It's dog eat dog, but it's so much fun. Nothing else like it in the world, and good luck to you.